in New Light Video Magazine, Seeing in a New Perspective. February issue, Volume 23. Feature story, You Lift Me Up, story of Dean Kamen. Well, lots of other great stories in this issue as well, including Rollin Green Project's Palace for Pennies, Super Spice Turmeric, monthly trivia, and the ANA Celestial Calendar and Forecast inside. To find out more, go to www.newlightvideomagazine.com and follow us in HD on YouTube for the best viewing experience. The table of contents is designed for you to get the best enjoyment from INLVM. Simply find the story you want to experience from the contents and go to that time code, or let it play for the full issue. Table of contents. Otherworld news. Running on Thorium, Fuel of the Future. Time code 310. Rollin Green Project, Palace for Pennies. Time code 659. Februarius, A Time of Purification. Time code 1010. Feature story, You Lift Me Up, the story of Dean Kamen. Time code 1228. What's Up? Haunted by Love, Uncovering Unexplained Phenomena. The tragic love story of Dr. Abner Porter. Time code 1720. Entertainment Central. Trivia time. Time code 2259. Heartbreak Harmonies. Top 10 Heartbreak Tunes. Time code 2417. Groovy Love Flicks. TNR Movie Review. Time code 2607. Holistic Health. Super Spice Turmeric. Time code 3052. Love Potion. Time code 3351. Astronomy and Astrology. Astronomy Photo of the Month. Crab Nebula. Time code 3532. ET's Phone Home. Time code 3729. ANA Celestial Calendar and Forecast. Time code 4125. About in New Light Video Magazine. Time code 4731. Contributors and credits. Time code 4834.
Thorium, Fuel of the Future. It's no lie that we are wanting to produce energy cheaper and better for the Earth. Seeing the story, Thorium-Fueled Automobile Engine Needs Refueling Once a Century by David Russell Schilling, and watching YouTube videos, thorium caught my eye. But first, what is thorium? Thorium is a chemical element with the symbol Th and atomic number 90. A radioactive actinide metal, thorium is one of only 3 radioactive elements that still occurs in quantity in nature as a primordial element. Through more research, I found out that the United States has been trying to develop thorium as an energy source for almost 50 years now, and is still attempting to make it a reality. Robert Hargraves stated, "Low or non-CO2 emitting energy sources must be cheaper than coal or will ultimately fail to displace fossil fuels." As the U.S. only uses 20% of the world's energy, for it to really make an impact, the whole world would need to be on board. Many believe this is a great alternative to nuclear energy as well. Thorium promoters consistently speak of the advantages over uranium, claiming it is a cheaper, more efficient, and safer form of nuclear power that produces less nuclear waste than today's uranium-based technology. With all the nuclear plant disasters we've been having, it's no wonder China announced it is speeding up its research into so-called molten salt reactors that can run on thorium. China is also claiming to have one up and running in 10 to 25 years. David LeBlanc, a molten salt reactor expert with Terrestrial Energy in Canada, states if China is building molten salt reactors, it will be a push in the right direction for all other nations not to be left behind. As the U.S. is working with China in this pursuit, India and Canada aren't too far behind. These are what is known as fourth-generation reactors, while the Southern Company Georgia and SCANA South Carolina are now working on third-generation light water reactors to be safer and more efficient. Plants in China and India are already going up. Thorium was discovered in 1828 by Swedish chemist Jöns Jacob Berzelius, named after Thor, the Norse god. It is a naturally occurring, slightly radioactive metal. It is found in small amounts in most rocks and soils, where it is about 3 times more abundant than uranium. Soil contains an average of around 6 parts per million of thorium. It is fertile rather than fissile, and can only be used as a fuel in conjunction with a fissile material such as recycled plutonium. So extracting its energy in a cost-efficient way has been the challenge, but research is being conducted. Still, experts are positive about thorium. Tom Droulette, a Florida-based nuclear energy expert and energy consultant, states, "In 30 to 50 years, I can see a move away from light water reactors to molten salt reactors because they have a safer cycle." Thorium is also the most abundant nuclear resource on Earth. On the other side, David Martin, Deputy Director of Research for the Weinberg Foundation in London, reportedly stated, "China's ambition is far-sighted." What do you think? I feel that maybe it's not so far-fetched. Maybe with some adjustments in thinking and doing, this can be reality. Looking for ways to be cost-efficient while making less of a footprint on Earth should be our top priority. While many are comfortable with the idea of living on Mars or the Moon, I feel we should protect our home, Earth. It would behoove us to begin to think about our grandchildren. What legacy are we leaving behind for them? Thank you for watching and listening. Article by Stacy Hill. This is Samantha Phoenix with the New Light Video Magazine.
INLVM has only given you a sample of Clandestiny's amazing album, Following the Muse. To hear more of this amazing album, go to clandestiny.bandcamp.com to hear more and to pick up your copy today.
Palaces for pennies. Repurposing pallet wood. The cost of building a dwelling or even a shed can add up quickly when purchasing new wood and fixtures. When there are so many ways to repurpose items like wood pallets, we decided to look into the wood pallet movement. A lot of people are getting crafty with pallets, and in some foreign countries, humanities projects are using pallets to build shelters for transients and the homeless. There are so many ways to reuse the wood pallets that the possibilities are endless. Many people make furniture, shelving, wine racks, wooden chests, home decor items, and almost anything else you can make from wood. If you live in a larger city, getting pallets for free is not much of a challenge. However, if you are in a rural area like us, free pallets can be hard to come by. We have found a source at $2 per pallet and invested $120 into pallets and a skid of scrap wood to get started building a porch and a shed. While there are a few ways to rip pallets, meaning ways to take them apart, we have found the easiest, fastest, and most efficient way of saving the split ends on your wood is by using a sawzall with metal cutting blades. We also watched a video on how to sharpen your blades so that expense stays low. After we got some pallets ripped, I started piecing together the wall panels to go around the porch. We had laid out a total of 6 pallets for the floor, which we will cover with OSB boards and seal it before we put up the walls. Because of another snowstorm, we have halted the work for a few days, but we did cover most of our work area with tarps to make it easier to get back to work. Our plan for the interior is to use cardboard boxes as the wall covering and treat it with a sealer as well. We have been saving styrofoam containers and cartons for the insulation to use under the floor and in some areas of the walls. So in total, we will have fully repurposed materials except for the nails and a few hinges at a cost of less than $150 for 2 structures. We look forward to showing you our progress with our pallet projects and urge you to find out more about repurposing items for your own project. If you have created your own shed, tiny home, porch, house addition, furniture, or any other pallet projects, please share them with us at newlightvideomagazine.com and find do-it-yourself guides while you stay up to date with us at rollinggreenproject.org. This is Samantha Phoenix for the Rollin Green Project and a New Light Video Magazine.
Because a first impression is a lasting impression. Visit Freedom Phoenix Web Solutions to create your best web presence.
Februarius, a time of purity. The whole world pretty much celebrates February as the month of love, but it, along with January, have been known as dead months. February wasn't a part of the Roman calendar, so where did the month come from? Named by Numa Pompilius, Februarius was a time of purification, as the festival Lupercalia suggests. This was in preparation for the new year that began in March. Lupercalia, as you probably remember from our past volume, is the ancient feast of fruitfulness or fertility. An interesting tidbit is that this festival's origin is lost in antiquity and may even predate civilization. This festival began as priests gathered in a cave in Lupercal at Palestine Hill. The priests would sacrifice goats and a young dog to the god Phanius. The priests were then smeared with the sacrificial blood that was later wiped off with wool dipped in milk. Then the ritual required the two young men to laugh. After the feast, they put on the skins of the slain goats as a loincloth. The loincloths were called febra, purifiers, which was derived from febro, to purify, and the day of purification. Sure, there have been other celebrations that celebrate love, like the single women placing their names in a bowl and single men picking one for a hopeful love connection. But it does seem like a good time for purification. Here in South Georgia, folks are getting gardens and other plants together to prepare for the growing season. In essence, I can really see how February is a time of preparation, maybe even purifying in some ways. We are preparing for the spring equinox, welcoming the sun back to warm the earth. So whether you are planning on making February about lovers or a time of purification and preparation, we wish you a great February. Article by Stacy Hill. This is Samantha Phoenix with a New Light Video Magazine.
Hey, let's face it, twerking ain't easy, and you can really hurt yourself if you don't know what you're doing. And it's not for everyone. That's why I invented my new 20-minute workout. So grab those guts, rattle those kegs, and fluff those muffin tops, 'cause it starts now.
This guy's getting a lot of exposure with his ads. Find out how you can do the same. Send an email to innewlightmag@gmail.com and put ad space in the subject line. Because who wouldn't rather see more of your ads and less of this?
It's so great. I would not recommend doing that on a full stomach.
Feature story: You Lift Me Up. Story of Dean Kamen.
You have teenagers thinking they are going to make millions as NBA stars when that's not realistic for even 1% of them. Becoming a scientist or engineer is. Dean Kamen. Dean Kamen is an American inventor and entrepreneur. He holds over 440 U.S. and foreign patents, many of them for medical devices. He founded his first medical device company, Auto-Searing Incorporated, in 1976, and that was just the beginning of his passionate pursuit. Throughout the years, his genius inventions have helped millions with medical problems, making their lives better and increasing longevity. A man of many awards, in 2000, President Clinton presented Kamen with the National Medal of Technology. In 1989, he achieved his proudest accomplishments as he founded FIRST for Inspiration and Recognition of Science and Technology, which has many robotic programs for high school-aged children. Kamen believes that children should focus on careers in science and engineering, and this company helps young people, 16 to 18 years old, by providing scholarships to leading colleges and corporations. His work with our children is remarkable, but that is not where this man's passion ends. The invention many may know him for is the Segway, but that's just one of many. Kamen has invented something that will hopefully raise the confidence in wheelchair-bound people. Kamen, in partnership with DEKA and Johnson & Johnson's Independent Technology, is working on the iBot. The iBot is a powered wheelchair that is self-balancing, allowing it to go up and down stairs and stand at eye level with ambulatory people. Seeing the struggles of those that have to use wheelchairs, he decided to make it better for them. One user that was interviewed was an Iraq War veteran who claimed he could use it anywhere, even at the beach to a certain point. It is rumored that the production of the iBot has stopped. If this is true, I'm hoping it is not for long. He developed Slingshot, which is a water filtration system, in order to help improve living standards in developing countries. He is also a co-inventor of an air compression device that would help SWAT or other emergency personnel by launching them high into inaccessible areas such as roofs. Another notable invention that benefits many vets is Luke, a prosthetic arm replacement. Looking at his inventions, he really aims for them to better the lives of others and the world. This brilliant man seems very normal, but his ideas seem to be a few steps in the future. He lives in Bedford, New Hampshire in a 4-level hexagonal shed-style mansion, Westwind. The house is very eclectic, having mine shaft-like hallways, spiral staircases, and an observation tower, 40s-style furniture, and a collection of vintage wheelchairs. This great mind really understands the concept of evolution. His generous dedication to enriching our children's lives is impeccable. He is encouraging these new minds to live outside the box and learn the true joys of walking humanity into a new generation, one where those with impairments can exist or almost exist in the same ways that those with no impairments do. Teaching our young ones to expand and make their life better for humanity and the earth is such an amazing thing. I want to thank you, Dean Kamen, for all the wonderful work you have done. Thank you for seeing forward into the future, knowing that our children are that future, and education is a must. And thank you all for watching and listening. Article by Stacy Hill. This is Samantha Phoenix with a New Light Video Magazine.
Uplift, create, and share at Anahata Healing Arts in the Starland District of Savannah. www.anahatahealingarts.com.
What's Up? Uncovering Unexplained Phenomena. Haunted by Love. The tragic love story of Dr. Abner Porter. Driving through the back roads in Georgia can be quite an adventure at times. You never know what charming little town you may run across, or an old church or cemetery along the way. The truth is, the old back roads are where you can uncover and rediscover history in the most thrilling ways. It is as though you can almost walk back through time and be in a moment of history as you visit these old structures and places. One day, while on a journey for adventure down Highway 17 en route to Darien, Georgia, I traveled through the little town of Midway in Liberty County. I was in love at first sight when I saw the blinding white church that almost looked like a beacon glowing as the sun reflected off the white paint. It was obviously being well preserved, but showed its historic features with beauty and grace as this structure was rebuilt in 1792. I was in history, this beautiful church to my left and an enchanting brick-enclosed cemetery on my right. I had to stop and check this place out a little more, and I was pleasantly thrilled with the stories and history I found there. One I never will forget. It touches the hearts of any visitor that enters the gates of the cemetery. That is the heartbreaking love story of Dr. Abner Porter. At the age of 34, Abner Porter was a successful doctor and was a partner with R.N. Grove in the mercantile business. And then love came into his life. Love is a beautiful, twisted emotion that can make us feel on top of the world or under it. Sadly, our Dr. Porter felt both of those. Perhaps some of the readers can relate to dear old Abner. He was torn between two loves. Some stories say that he was engaged to both of them, while due to the time period, I think it is safe to say that he was courting them both. At any rate, Abner couldn't decide which one to take as his bride, or which one he had to end the romance with. He loved them both, and couldn't bear living life without either one. Just before Valentine's Day, on February 7th, in 1808, he wrote out his will allocating all of his possessions, and calmly went to his office, severed his formal artery, and died fairly quickly. I would say that the sting of love sure got the better of Abner. But the rest of the story even gets more twisted. The town of Midway during the 1800s was basically a Puritan community, and the Christian Puritans did not feel that death by suicide should have a burial within the sacred grounds of the cemetery. Good thing Abner was liked by some of the townspeople, as they did allow him to be buried by the cemetery, just outside the gates of it, by an oak tree. Over the past 200 plus years, the cemetery has grown, and the gates have been expanded. Perhaps you guessed it. Abner made it into the cemetery by default. It grew up around him. However, speaking of growing up around him, that old oak tree has too. The tree has engulfed the head of Abner's marble-top raised burial vault and has lifted it up from the ground in places. Some stories say that it is all the Puritans that are buried there that now share the cemetery with Abner, who are trying to uproot him from the cemetery. Interesting, although I have another take on it. You see, when you visit Abner and his massive oak tree, which you cannot miss, it is like nature is telling its own tale of history. On the opposite side, and I mean directly opposite of Abner's vault, there is an opening in the tree. This opening is probably about 6 foot in height and about 2 feet across. It is like a doorway. A doorway to what? I don't know. Perhaps Abner is still trying to get free and looking for the back door. Here he has it. A back doorway permanently until that old oak falls. Does Abner wander through that doorway bearing the pain of a broken heart, still longing for the love he never had because he wouldn't choose? Did something happen over the years that has finally set him free? When the 2 ladies he loved passed, was his suffering over? Or did Abner need this back door to escape them still, as they probably lie at rest in the cemetery with him at the same address for infinity? Who knows for sure? I couldn't help but mention the large doorway opening in the tree, as it reminds me of countless other stories of magical doorways and trees. It is likely to remind many of Abner's visitors as well. The message I got from Abner's tragic love story is that love is certainly a powerful thing. You have to love, live, and experience life, and taking the back way out of fear may become something permanent that you never escape, really. Truth is, I guess you can't escape love, even though he tried. Happy Valentine's Day, Abner Porter, to a heart that was so full of passionate love that it broke. This is Tammy Sabo with a New Light Video Magazine.
History, hauntings, happenings. Find your truth with Sixth Sense World. www.sixthsenseworld.com. Entertainment Central! Trivia time! Music trivia time. The answer to last issue's trivia question: in what song can you find the lyrics, "There is no dark side of the moon, it's all dark"? If you said "Dark Side of the Moon," I'm sorry, but you were wrong. It's Eclipse. Eclipse is the 10th and final track from the British rock band Pink Floyd's 1973 album, The Dark Side of the Moon. The song is often mistakenly labeled The Dark Side of the Moon, alongside the track Brain Damage, because the two run together and are commonly played together on the radio, giving the impression that they are one song, but they are not. This issue's trivia question: when was the first written music notation invented? Look for the answer in the next issue, baby. And a new trivia question. Stick-a-Pick holds any guitar pick to any guitar, even on the contour. It's magic. No, it's the original Stick-a-Pick. Get yours today.
Heartbreak Harmonies. In this Valentine's season, many are thinking about romantic dinners, engagement plans, or other sappy displays of their devotion. But just as many, if not more, are suffering from broken hearts and feeling the pain of lost love more intensely during this time. So to pay tribute to those broken hearts, we have selected the top 10 breakup songs for the Valentine's season to soothe and empower any trampled tickers. Number 1, Ugly Kid Joe's I Hate Everything About You. Number 2, Guns N' Roses, I Used to Love Her. Number 3, Christina Aguilera's Fighter. Number 4, Destiny's Child with Survivor. Number 5, Bonnie Tyler's Total Eclipse of the Heart. Number 6, Murs, Remember to Forget. Number 7, Justin Timberlake's Too Late to Apologize. Number 8, Plain White Tees, Hate. Number 9, Pink's Just Like a Pill. And number 10, CeeLo Green's You, also known as Forget You on censored versions. So grab some super glue for that shattered organ and set up that playlist for some empowerment, or there are plenty of mushy songs to cry along with. Either way, you can celebrate being single and untethered with a world of possibility ahead of you and some kick-ass tunes. This is Samantha Phoenix for New Light Video Magazine.
Yo, man, I put on my New Life Video Magazine shirt last night before the show. And man, it was crazy. Man, I came home with costumes, some lady sunglasses, and a lei around my shirt, man. All I'm saying is screw the rock star life, man. It's video magazine life for me, baby. Yeah. Yo, man. Coincidentally, you can get these shirts on their website, man. It's freaking awesome.
Entertainment Central looks at groovy love flicks.
Alright, it's time for the TNR movie review with Tammy
And Rich.
This month, INLVM looks at groovy love flicks. And in our drama section,
By popular demand, The Notebook was selected. And that is with Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams.
it ended up being a good flick. I was surprised. I didn't know what to expect, but I liked it.
For our wacky love stories, in our comedy section, my favorite probably is 51st Dates, and that is with Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler. And it's just a very romantic comedy of lost memory.
In a movie proving that not all Adam Sandler characters talk like this.
I think he still did.
Oh.
He still did.
Never mind.
And we also have in our comedy section one of our favorites, wacky comedies.
Which would be Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Very crazy comedy about the character Scott Pilgrim, which was played by Michael, was it Sarah? Was dealing with the exes of his new love, the woman. Seven deadly exes. Fun movie you've got to check out. Another good movie in our comedy section we highly recommend is The Proposal. That one was totally unexpected, but it was well worth the giggles and the laughs. And
great performance by Betty White.
Yes, and it also starring Sandra Bullock and her crazy, overzealous workaholic character that ends up in romance. And then we also have How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days with the lovely Kate Hudson and the gorgeous Matthew McConaughey.
Anyway.
We can't leave out the love affair that's been going on for at least through 2 decades of Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks in Sleepless in Seattle, and of course You've Got Mail, which with all the internet lovers, we cannot leave that out. Crazy Stupid Love. How could we forget Crazy Stupid Love?
Yeah.
I still like Love Actually too, but we didn't put that one in there yet.
No.
I just did. So Crazy Stupid Love with Steve Carell and
Julianne Moore.
Yes, that was a crazy story. Anyway, you've got to watch it. It's like losing love and then realizing what you have, and it was a good one. We are off to the classical love stories that we cannot
leave out.
I'm starting this one off with Casablanca. That is a great flick and a classic.
I started off with The Shop Around the Corner with Jimmy Stewart and Margaret Sullivan. Is a really good movie, especially if you like those old movies like I do. The romance is just romantic. So we have to include for the goth and the vampires. Yeah. So for all those, because it is an absolutely amazing love story. I know. I had to watch to catch up the Twilight series. This is Tammy.
And Rich.
With the INLVM movie review featuring our
Groovy Love Flicks.
Ooh, yeah. So nice.
Have a happy Valentine's Day, and thanks for watching and listening.
Turmeric, the super spice. With all of the controversy going on in over-the-counter and prescription drugs, many people are beginning to look for alternative solutions. Whether it is for preventative means or to help us through an illness, we want the best thing for our bodies. We are now really understanding that we are what we put into and onto our bodies. The first place we should look is our spice rack. Yes, you heard me right. Herbs not only flavor the food, but also help our health as well. One herb, or should I say spice, that has caught my attention is turmeric. Turmeric is a yellow, orangish spice that has been used mainly in food seasoning in the US, but it has a 6,000-year track record of safe use in Ayurvedic medicine. Known for increasing the metabolism and helping the overall well-being of the body, it's now getting more attention. Through research, turmeric is showing what a true diamond in the rough it is. It has shown itself to be better at helping to treat depression than Prozac. In other research articles, it amazingly demonstrated how it can prevent and in some cases even reverse Alzheimer's disease. Known for reducing inflammation, it has shown to actually protect your body against heavy metal toxicity. One major demonstration that caught my attention was its ability to destroy cancer stem cells, which is known as the root of all cancer, and destroying drug-resistant cancer while protecting the body from radiation damage. What I find fascinating is that it has more benefits than I can include. Turmeric has over 600 known reasons to use this magical spice. Researchers have also paired it with other herbs to get maximum benefits as well. Another interesting tidbit is that it has proven to alleviate cognitive decline associated with aging. The secret ingredient in turmeric is curcuminoids. Curcumin compound. Turmeric only contains 3% of curcumin, so it is advised to take the extract. I also want to note here that black pepper extract, piperine, helps the body absorb curcumin better. Turmeric is an antioxidant, digestive aid, anti-inflammatory, antiviral, topical antiseptic, arthritis remedy, cognitive dysfunction alleviation, eczema treatment, aids in gallbladder function, heartburn reduction, high cholesterol, irritable bowel syndrome, kidney stones, helps to alleviate symptoms of fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue syndrome, and to prevent the spread of tumors. The list goes on, including reducing the risk of type 2 diabetes. While we must understand that no food or herb is right for everyone, I will say I believe turmeric is the most effective nutritional supplement that I have found. I encourage you to do your own research and see what best fits for you. Thank you for watching and listening. May we all have healthy bodies. Article by Stacy Hill. This is Rick Roncheski with In New Life Video Magazine.
Reiki Attunement Classes with Reiki Master Instructor Reverend Stacy Hill. For more information, send an email to revstacyhill@gmail.com and start a journey in Reiki today.
Love Potion, all natural libido booster. Several years ago, I was given this recipe to help some issues I was having with my skin. However, it came with a warning of a side effect, a tweak to the sex drive. While I wasn't very concerned with this side effect, I will say I felt the difference. The ingredients, while simple, are very specific. In a clean bottle, combine equal parts of apple cider vinegar and pure clover honey. Fresh organic honey will work also, but if purchasing retail, be sure it is pure clover honey. The more natural and organic your ingredients are, the more potent your results can be, so don't skimp on the best quality. Shake the mixture well before each dose and take no more than 3 mouthful swigs per day. Store in a cool, dark area away from sunlight within 3 days or less. You will likely notice the heightened drive, and within a week, you should also notice the change in your complexion. So whether it's a primal attraction or radiant, glowing skin you are seeking, this love potion has many additional benefits to make it a daily dose in any apothecary. Try it out and share your results with us at INLVM This is Samantha Phoenix with a little love potion for your Valentine's celebrations. Thank you for watching and listening.
Astronomy and Astrology. The astronomy photo of the month is the Crab Nebula. The Crab Nebula, also known as Messier 1 or M1, lies about 6,500 light-years from Earth in the constellation of Taurus. It was discovered in 1054 AD when it exploded into a supernova and was able to be seen with the naked eye. Its bright appearance has faded through the years, but it can still be spotted with a telescope or binoculars. We have been sharing objects to view in the sky for all our stargazers to experience the wonders of the universe. By getting more acquainted with the constellations, we can easily spot these jewels of the night sky. We have looked all around the constellation of Orion for objects to share with our viewers because it is relatively easy to use as a landmark in the night sky and a good point to lead from. To find the Crab Nebula, first find a familiar sky landmark. To do that, let's first look for the constellation of Orion in the night sky. Using the sky chart, we can see that the Crab Nebula is very close to several constellations and is just above the Orion constellation in the horns of the Taurus constellation. The brightest stars in the Taurus constellation are Elnath and Aldebaran. The Crab Nebula is closest to the dimmer star Zeta, directly opposite of Elnath. These two stars make up the horns of the Bull in the Taurus constellation, and the Crab Nebula is between them. A fun fact about the Crab Nebula. In Murray Leinster's sci-fi story, First Contact, the Crab Nebula is the location of the first meeting of humans and extraterrestrials. Image credit is NASA ESA and Jeff Hester, Arizona State University. Crab Nebula. Sky maps created by INLVM. This is Tammy Sabo wishing everyone happy stargazing from A New Light Video Magazine.
INLVM is proud to share some of Tom Joyce's beautiful work from his new album, Aberg Piano Works. Go to tomjoycepiano.bandcamp.com/releases to hear more and to pick up your copy today.
E.T.'s phone home? A radio signal comes from the distant universe. Haven't we seen this movie? Astronomers at different observatories around the globe have been picking up what they call a radio blast, but they don't know exactly what it is yet. The first one was found in 2007 by an astronomer named Duncan Lorimer at West Virginia University. They estimated that the radio blast originated around 3 billion light-years away. There are others in the scientific community that disagree with this estimation. Additional suggestions have been that it came from our atmosphere or inside our galaxy, or a telescope effect or malfunction. The latest finding, however, was caught in the act of blasting in a real-time observation and was determined to have an origin of about 5.5 billion light-years away. And it was slightly polarized, meaning that there was a magnetic field at its origin that directed the blast. Could that mean intelligence, maybe? Or is it just the natural operation of the universe? Maybe the operation of the universe is the intelligence. What do you think? Maybe it's the Galactic Empire sending out drone signals to find another galaxy to control. And what's up with the force field around Earth? Next we're going to see Tom Paris landing the Delta Flyer. At the University of Colorado Boulder, in the Laboratory of Atmospheric and Space Physics, there has been a discovery of a force field 7,200 miles above Earth, protecting us from something. Possibly alien weapons and certain destruction? No, they didn't say that. However, they did say that there is a protective shield that is similar to a force field. This barrier, as it is called, is in the Van Allen radiation belts. This new discovery might help explain how we are not destroyed by very powerful electrons flying in our direction. A cloud of charged gas around Earth called the plasma sphere interacts with particles in Earth's radiation belts to create a barrier. This barrier seems to work as some type of shielding. From here you will witness the final destruction of the Alliance and the end of your insignificant rebellion. Could it be an intelligent alien race that is making new galaxies with their prototype galaxy creator ray gun? Seriously, anything is possible. Don't limit the possibilities by limiting the imagination. This force field is a new discovery, at least new in the information about it that is being shared. Who is to say if it has always been there, or is this something that is truly new? The study does say that it protects us from high-energy electrons and that it consists of radiation and light in the form of electrons. This would help deflect a lot of the space debris that most other planets are bombarded with, as well as some protection from the solar flares that constantly occur on our Sun. Now, is it a coincidence that Earth is the only planet with this protection that we know of? There is much that is hidden from us and even more that is unknown. Explore the outer reaches. What is believed to be true is not always true. Observe it in a new light and draw your own conclusions. This is Rick Roncheski with In New Light Video Magazine.
When information is beyond belief, beyond conspiracy, or beyond the norm, then it's beyond news. Find out more at articlechase.com/beyond news.
Celestial Calendar and Forecast, February through March of 2015. The Astronomy and Astrology Calendar and Forecast is an easy-to-follow presentation. You can see what is happening by the date events are occurring in astronomy and astrology in one section. On Tuesday, February the 3rd, the full snow moon, also called the Hunger Moon, in the astronomical sign of Cancer in the astrological sign of Leo. A full moon in Leo is about relationships and creating lasting connections. This is likely to have you putting a microscope on your relationships to reevaluate their value. There will be a strong influence to develop stability and consistency in relationships, as well as an increased desire to seek pleasure. During this phase, being more impulsive could drive right into your bank account, and overspending and indulgence is something we will want to watch so that we don't get out of hand. This is not the best time to take risk or gamble, yet it is likely. Therefore, be cautious and aware of your motivations. Sunday, February the 8th, we have the peak of the Alpha Centaurids meteor shower. It is active from November 28th through February 21st. On peak, we can see about 6 per hour, and as far as visible rating, we give this a 2-star rating. On Wednesday, February the 11th, Mercury comes out of retrograde. Mercury entered retrograde January 21st in 2015 in Aquarius and returned station on February 11th. On Wednesday, February the 18th, we have the new moon in the astronomical sign of Capricorn and in the astrological sign of Pisces. The new moon in sensitive Pisces. Pisces is the sign of emotion and the deep thinker. When the moon is in this sign, the response to all situations will be from the emotions. This means that we are likely to have deeply moving moments of happiness as well as sadness. We are more likely to express acts of kindness towards others and feel for those that suffer. Being washed in the depth of emotions can create a time of truly amazing creativity and imagination. The only caution to be aware of is truthfulness. Not wanting to hurt anyone's feelings could make you want to take the easier road of not being truthful. Thursday, March 5th, we have the full warm moon, also called the crow moon, sap moon, and crust moon, in the astronomical sign of Sextans and the astrological sign of Virgo. The full moon in Virgo can provide a resource of nervous energy. This can make us feel more talkative, fidgety, or anxious if we become nervous or challenged. However, this can also influence sharp wit and quick thinking. Under the influence of Virgo, our common sense and practicality is heightened, which allows us to more easily use and see a logical approach to situations. worry and self-doubt may also be intensified. Beware of the desire to seek out debates that could turn into arguments. Saturday, March 14th, Saturn enters retrograde. March 14, 2015, in Sagittarius, and is retrograde until August 2nd of 2015. Saturn in retrograde motion is about defining boundaries and provides opportunities to reassess what we have taken on, reevaluate commitments, projects started, and responsibilities undertaken in the past. This retrograde heightens the courage necessary to finally say no, or to back out of bad, unwise, or unhealthy commitments. Do not start any new business activity while Saturn is retrograde, although this is a good time to cultivate your creativity in productive ways. On Sunday, March 15th, we have the peak of the Gamma Normans meteor shower. It is active from February 25th through March 28th. On peak, we can see about 6 per hour, and as a visible rating, we also give this one a 2-star. On Wednesday, March 18th, we have the new moon in the astronomical sign of Aquarius and in the astrological sign of Pisces. The new moon in sensitive Pisces. Again! That is 2 new moons in a row under Pisces. Dealing with situations, we are more likely to respond from our emotions. We are likely to have deeply moving moments of happiness as well as sadness. We may find ourselves in acts of kindness towards others and feeling for those that suffer. Being washed in the depth of emotions can create a time of truly amazing creativity and imagination. The only caution to be aware of is truthfulness. Not wanting to hurt anyone's feelings could make you want to take the easier road of not being truthful. Again, we have a double whammy with the new moons, both in February and also in March, both on the 18th. And so we're going to be dealing with a lot of emotional, intensive energies on these new moons. That concludes our Astronomy and Astrology Celestial Calendar and Forecast. Visit our website at www.newlightvideomagazine.com for more information and some cool merchandise. I'm Tammy Sabo, the INLVM staff astrologer, sharing an outlook on astronomy and astrology.
In New Light Video Magazine, seeing in a new perspective. We're the first of our kind as a video magazine, combining the portability of video with the convenience of a magazine that reads itself to you, making our publication user-friendly for the hearing and visually impaired. We strive to bring you, our viewers and listeners, stories that we hope will inspire you to see things in a new light. To find out more about who we are, what we do, and how you can become a contributor to show your support, please visit our website. And while you're there, check out our social media connections as well, including our new virtual world experience. That website is www.innewlightvideomagazine.com or www.inlvm.com. As always, from the staff here at INLVM, we thank you for watching and listening.